Today we will unveil the real reasons behind the recent Bitcoin pump during the last couple of weeks, and we will also give you evidence, proof and data points, actually 4 different evidences, why that was the reason, and also why Bitcoin will most probably go even higher despite upcoming corrections. So if you think that sounds interesting, guys, make sure you stay here during the whole episode. Make sure you smash up the like button. And that being said, welcome crypto friends and welcome back to MMCrypto. My name is Chris. And as always, especially because today's episode is in a very macro, high level point of view, very, very bullish, we are really pumped to go straight into the content, guys. So we will start things off with a little reminder of an episode we did before. And we have shown you that UTXO on-chain data, guys. And now we will add some different evidences, and this will give you the perfect picture for the reasons of the recent Bitcoin pump, and also for the reasons why Bitcoin might pump even higher and higher and higher in the midterm. So make sure you stay here, guys. We will start things off with that. As you remember, we have shown you that not only on exchanges, but especially on the Bitcoin blockchain, most probably through OTC transactions, we had on the on-chain UTXO data, it's saying here UXTO, but it's UTXO actually, as far as we are concerned. It has shown that there was a huge volume between the price levels of 3,200, the low, and 4,200. Huge accumulation, most probably due to not only exchange settlement transactions, but also OTC transactions. And also between 4,800, and this is way more important, and 5,600. So we will have a very close look at this price level right here, where by far the biggest volume has happened on the Bitcoin blockchain, and we will give you the reasons, and we will tell you who exactly most probably made those transactions, and also why that might be a reason for a future pump. So first of all, you can see the Bitcoin price right here. And we want, as the first step, before we go deep inside the content and deep inside the data we want to show you, we want to discover when this biggest and most important price pump actually happened. And the most important price pump was the pump pushing Bitcoin to through the price level of 6,300, 6,500, give or take. You know that price level where we had this huge volume profile, this huge resistance actually in the Bitcoin price. And as you remember, Bitcoin crushed through like butter. And before we told you that this was not the biggest resistance, but this is the biggest support at that point of time. So the exact dates were the 6th, 7th of May, and then this pump went all the way through up until the 12th of May, and then even further 15th of May. So starting at the 7th or 8th of May. Now, guys, sit down, relax, and watch. You cannot make this up. Let's check out, and we will have way more important evidences, but this is very, very important to watch. You cannot make that up. The second biggest by social net worth economy in the world, China, the Chinese fiat currency, the Chinese yuan, was actually dumping towards the US dollar. So the US dollar is pumping towards the Chinese yuan. Here you can see how the Chinese yuan is dumping against the US dollar from the 6th of May, guys. From the 6th of May. And then it is going through the 17th of May. And you can see the price pumping like crazy, and this is crazy. It's only 3%, but in Forex markets, that's crazy. And for the huge currency like the Chinese yuan, it's really mind-blowingly crazy. I mean, just look at this number, 63 trillion of social net worth. You can see that this is a very significant pump of US dollar towards Chinese yuan and a dump of Chinese yuan towards the US dollar. So why is that important? Why that might be connected to the fact that Bitcoin broke through that resistance? First of all, we have the assumption that Chinese people were actually doing OTC. Since you have capital restrictions in China, you have restrictions of moving your funds out of China, and obviously you have restrictions in China of trading on exchanges. So there is obviously a point to make that they are most probably doing OTC transactions. As the next point, guys, we want to show you something else. So first of all, most probably Chinese people were doing OTC transactions to go out. As the second point, if you are in China and you want to make an OTC transaction, you will most probably do it with someone in Switzerland, in the US, in Great Britain, and you have to obviously dump your Chinese yuan to get those Bitcoin, because outside people are not accepting Chinese yuan. So you are giving that to your OTC desk, giving that to your escrow, and you have to actually do an international SWIFT order, and the other people are getting the other currency. So that's the first important point. And now, guys, you might say, okay, this is a little bit too much of an assumption to make, but we will add a lot of different proofs and evidences, and also tell you why the Bitcoin price might, due to that fact, pump crazily higher in the mid and long-term future. So as the next point, we want to show you something. As you know, you also have restrictions on the usage in the internet in China. And the Chinese people are not using Google, they are using Baidu. And what you can see right here, we will actually show you that here on that Twitter account of Alex Kruger. He checked that. You have the Bitcoin search term in China having spiked crazily. And now, guys, again, you cannot make that up, on the 6th of May. So on the 6th of May, you had, in a matter of 2 days, a huge pump in the search term of Bitcoin in China, and that was actually the 4th biggest pump in this of the search term Bitcoin in China in the whole crypto history in China, and it was also the biggest one since the crazy parabolic bull market in the end of 2017. So if that is not interesting, guys, if that is not a huge evidence that not only the high net worth individuals, as you can see that right here, but also the retail investors are now getting more interested in China and into Bitcoin. If that's not important and interesting, we do not know, guys. We do not know. So we have the OTC transaction volume right here spiking exactly at the price levels before the price pumped here, and also exactly pumping the volume on the Bitcoin blockchain, exactly pumping as the China fiat currency, the Chinese yuan, devalues. And also we have the search term pumping like crazy. So now we have a little bit more of an evidence that China, the retail investors, and also the high net worth individuals are getting more interested in Bitcoin and are actually pumping up the Bitcoin price like crazy to get out of that market, because as you can see that right here, we have a huge pump of US dollar towards Chinese yuan and a dump of Chinese yuan against US dollar since here in the mid of 2018. And Further investigations in the Chinese yuan market since 2 years will shed even more light, but this will be too much for that episode. But now a lot of you guys might say, yeah, guys, but we don't have 100% proof that this volume is actually coming from China. So guys, we want to show you something else. Going into the Chinese yuan against Bitcoin chart, which is measuring actually the volume of, let me refresh that, of the Bitcoin price in China. Let's go into the 1 year time frame. Then you can see the on-exchange volume of Bitcoin traded in China. And now let's go to that exact day again. Let's go to the 6th of May. You can see that right here. We have a volume of, give or take, 110 billion Chinese yuan traded on that exact day. And in a matter of days, not only the price pumped like crazy to 60,000 right here, but in a matter of like a week, from the 6th to the, what was it? Yeah, from the 8th or from the 6th to the 16th, that's like 8 days or 10 days, give or take, we can see that the volume was pumping significantly to 240 billion Chinese yuan. That's more than a double. So we can see that also on the retail point of view, on the exchanges in China, the volume has been spiking like crazy. And it also spiked prior to that initial pump here. You can see that right here. So we have a huge indication that always when the Chinese fiat currency pumps, then prior to the prior to that fiat currency dump, we have a huge volume in Bitcoin. We have a lot of people, especially the high net worth individuals, going into Bitcoin. And also afterwards, we have a chain reaction of the retail investors also rushing with their money, with their fiat currency into Bitcoin as some kind of a safe haven. And why are we covering that in a full episode? Because China is by far, after the US, the biggest and the most important economy in the world. So if we want to put US as number one, fine, do so, but China is the second most important in the world. And as you can see that right here, we will just leave it like that. Read that line right here. China's social net wealth is the second highest in the world at 63 trillion US dollars, guys. Let us repeat that. 63 trillion US dollars. So what kind of a magnitude has a 3% dump in the Chinese fiat currency? And we have that trend since a long time. And due to different economic factors, and we cannot cover them in this episode, maybe at a later point of time, if you're interested, let us know in the comment section. Due to a lot of economic factors, the Chinese fiat currency is tending to devalue even more towards the US dollar. And if that happens, just imagine the magnitude of high net worth individuals in China and also retail investors FOMOing into Bitcoin. Just imagine what that would actually mean. So guys, if you think that was interesting, let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure you smash up the like button and you join our Telegram group. The link is given down in the description down below, on the top of the description in the pinned comment. So guys, we want to see you there. Make sure you join us and we will see each other at the next episode of MMCrypto very, very soon, guys, because these are very interesting times. So that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming back to our channel, and we will see each other at the next episode of MMCrypto very, very soon. So as always, guys, you probably even know it already. As always, guys, bye bye.